What is up, you sexy mother hubbards? It's Thursday and it's time for an alternative paper review. First up to the Mail this morning. Mortgage hope as economy turns a corner at last. Okay, well, there's quite a lot to unpack here. Should we do it? Let's start with mortgages first, shall we? So mortgage hope is what they're preaching, right? Mortgage hope. Just focus on the hope word there. Because there's no actual news about reducing mortgage rates, right? If you go into a high street bank at the moment and go, yeah, I want to borrow 100 grand or 200 grand, they're still going to quote you a heightened mortgage interest rate. It's not as high as it was, but it's still pretty high. Now, yesterday, inflation figures were released, and it is down. And rightly or wrongly, that's what the Bank of England link their base rate to, and it's the base rate that dictates the mortgage interest rates. Are you still with me? But inflation is down. But the Bank of England have already said, they're like, no, we're going to hold interest rates where they are. We're not lowering them. So it's like mortgage hope. There's some hope that at some point, somewhere, someone might lower mortgage interest rates back down to where they were like 2 or 3 years ago. But it's not today. It's just I just said there's a hope, you know. Now this is what I find so infuriating about the state of UK newspaper. It's like, this isn't news. Paul Dacre's got confused here. You know, you're not talking about what happened, which is what the news is supposed to be. It's like what happened yesterday, what happened last night. You're talking about what might happen in the future. It's like, oh, pull out your crystal ball. Hey, wait until you hear this. I've got a story for you. Oh, really? Is it the news? Is it an event that took place? No, it's something that could happen, maybe. Here's the headline. I hope that our mortgage rates come down based on absolutely no confirmation from the Bank of England whatsoever. I'm like, wow, what a scoop. Do you want my one for you? Okay, here's my headline, right? I hope I'm awoken tomorrow morning with my reproductive organs being orally massaged by Mia Kunis. But I don't suppose that's going to be on the front page of the Mirror, is it? What else is in this headline? Because it's like, mortgage hope as economy turns a corner at last. God, I'm so sick of this disingenuous fantasy sham campaigning that's going on here. Like, it wasn't true when they first started saying it. It didn't become true when Jeremy Hunt started saying it at the dispatch box. It's not true now in this headline. No. We've got hope now because the economy is it's turned a corner. It's like everyone I know is broke. Public services are creaking. The government's own internal assessment body, the Office of Budget Responsibility, expect a peak of like 0.7% growth this year. Oh, and we're in a fucking recession. But there's always hope aid. Let's go to the Sun now, who lead with Street Fighter. Meanwhile, over to The Guardian, MI6 chief and civil service head resign from all-male Garrick club. So this is a story that I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Basically, there is a sort of social private members club called the Garrick Club, right? Central London. And for years and years and decades and probably centuries, it's been all male. They don't let women join, okay? Anyway, The Guardian managed to get their hands on the members list and published it. And now this MI6 guy and the head of civil service, Simon Case of I'm Too Sick to Testify at the Inquiry fame, they have turned in their memberships. And Simon Case was widely mocked yesterday for having said, like they were like, why did you join this all-male social club? Doesn't that bother you? Why did you join it in the first place? And he goes, well, I joined it actually to modernise it, to change it from the inside. Which, when you think about it, like these all-male clubs, these social establishment clubs, all men, no women. Like having Simon Case say, oh, I only joined it to change it from the inside. That's like your one friend who goes with all the other lads to the strip club. And then his wife is like, why were you in the strip club? He's like, oh, I just went along to keep an eye on them, make sure none of them got out of hand. I mean, I have to be honest, guys. The very idea that you could still have an establishment private members club who could refuse to admit women in 2024 leaves me in a bit of a quandary, guys. Because on the one hand, it is strange, isn't it? It is weird that you wouldn't even try to modernise and admit, like, one woman, right? That is weird. But on the other, you know, some of these private members clubs are incredibly difficult to get into. And it's a bit of a relief to hear that presumably I could just rock up to the Garrick, flop my cock out and do the twirly bird and they'll welcome me right in. Over to the Express, pension triple lock will be in Tory manifesto. Boy, that must be a relief for you, Grandad. Yeah. Yeah, no, they're not going to touch that one sacred welfare benefit that shall not be touched. Yeah, because it's going to be in the Tory manifesto, Grandad. Yeah, it's right in between levelling up 100 new hospitals and 1 million new bobbies on the beat. So, yeah, so you know it's true. Guys, that is it for this one. Hello to Paul, who is our newest Patreon member to come on board. If you're not on the Patreon or YouTube's community thing, there are links to both in the description below. And look, we accept anyone, male or female. So if you have a vagina, you're very welcome indeed. I cannot stress that enough. Peace.